Good morning, everyone. It's like 6:45 a.m., which is too early for me to be awake. I feel like I'm going to a horse show, but honestly, thank God I'm not right now because that sounds exhausting. We're going to the vet hospital because Czar is getting injections in his neck. This isn't like an emergency situation or anything. It's just something he needs to get yearly for his arthritis, and in order to do it, they need to like be guided with the ultrasound machine, and they don't have one that they can bring to the barn, so therefore Czar needs to go to the vet hospital to get it done. He's had this done like twice before, I think. Once last year and then like a few years before that. Now it's gonna be like a yearly thing because he has a lot of arthritis in his neck, which isn't like unheard of. So yeah, these injections really just help him. I mean, if you have horses, you know that injections can be routine for them. I've mentioned before in some of my videos about him, he was really heavily worked and jumped, dare I say over jumped, by his previous owner. And now we are paying the price of that. But we want him to feel good in his body, so even though I'm not competing him right now, it's still super important that we take care of things like this and just to make sure he feels good. So I'm gonna bring you along for that process. I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to film there, so I'll try to get as much of it as I can. Me and my trainer are going. She's bringing one of her horses and Czar. I also just feel a little awkward, like, can I film this for my YouTube channel? I don't know, so like we'll just see, but I just want to bring you along because it might be kind of interesting. I'm kind of excited just to like go and watch and see what it's like. Yeah, so let's go to the barn. There are turkeys here. Hey Griffey, you have shavings on your face. Did you just wake up? His flesh sheet is falling apart. Add that to the list, to the shopping list, I guess. Hi, cutie. Look at you. You're all messy. Got bedhead. So cute. Let's clean that off of you. Oh, looking for treats. And Czar. Oh, you also have shavings on the face. Hi. We're going on a little field trip today. Okay. It's a little dirty. Maybe we should brush you off before you go to see the vet. Griffin's jealous. That's the hard thing about having horses that live right next to each other is they get jealous because they can see me petting the other one. So then I have to stand in between them and pet both of them. Hi. You're so cute. Hi. Thanks. Thanks for licking my face. Oh. Griffin, that's my sweatshirt. You're the goofiest. Okay, we're gonna brush him off a little bit to make him a little more presentable for the vet, but look how cute he looks, as usual. Sorry, you're so beautiful. Here's my trainer with the trailer. There's Taffy. You're going in there. He's like, what? It's so cute. Oh, say hello. As long as he has food, he's good to go. Tuck has to stay in the car. Hi, Tuck. We made it to the vet. Hi, Czar. Say hello. You're eating your lunch. Your trainer is checking in, and then we're gonna unload them. Hi, Taffy. This is her horse, Taffy. He's been in a couple of my show vlogs. Look how beautiful Czar looks. Taffy's going first because they already kind of did like a little x-ray on him a couple weeks ago, and Czar's here because he's just due for them. So since my other vet did it at home, there's like a little more they need to do to like get up to speed with what's going on with him. So they're doing Taffy first and then Czar. Czar's eating some grass. Czar, you're so beautiful. We're still just grazing and waiting for Taffy to finish up. This time last year, he also had his SI, which is his back injected, and I think she's gonna check his back, but I'm not sure if we're gonna do it. Ideally, it's one of those things, like, I guess with any injections, you don't want to do it if it's not necessary, but also I think sometimes it sounds scarier than it is. Like, if you stay on top of them, they do really help your horse out. So we don't like to, you know, overdo it, but also if he needs it, he needs it. He's enjoying his grass though. He's like, this is the best horse show I've ever been to. I got the trailer and now I'm eating grass. Taffy, are you sleepy?
Oh, I can do that too. Come on, buddy.
Okay, so the vet just palpated him, which means it's basically like she like puts pressure on the areas where she wants to inject to see like if he reacts. And his back was good actually, so she doesn't think we need to do that. And then his neck needs it for sure. They just took him in there, but I can't go in there.
I mean, really, if they're tall enough, their belly is like above the bar anyway. Come in.
Yeah, exactly. This is electrical.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, and no, and I don't use the.
Where do you be?
I am sleepy. You should see how much I would shake if I wasn't.
True.
I believe you. Okay.
So I'm gonna
All
try the
done.
other.
All done. So sleepy. Time to head home. I'm sorry. He's still on drugs. Are you sleepy? On the trailer.
I just took him in.
Hey guys. So sleepy. Hi, Taffy.
God, the rim for the trailer is so heavy.
We made it back. Czar's still a little drugged. He was kind of stumbling off the trailer, but I'm gonna go get him some hay since he's clearly fine to be eating. And Griffin is happy to have him back. Okay, now I'm gonna put Griffin in the turnout, let him play for a little bit. He's gonna get the day off today because he's had a lot of work this week, so he's just gonna play. What do you see? There's someone walking up on the hill. The vet gave me this new like cream thing for Czar because he has this skin issue that's like a whole other thing I could get into that I don't want to right now, but I thought it's funny that it's called Zarasil and it's for Czar. And then the last thing I need to do before I head out is just make some grain for the rest of the week, and then yeah, I don't usually come on Tuesdays. Usually Lara rides my horses this day, so I don't need to ride and I don't have much else to do. Now we're back with the little Czar. Still a little sleepy, but back to his normal hungry self. I wanted to go back to what I was talking about earlier with the palpation. I think that's where palpate, yeah, so palpations. For how like they kind of initially test where to look for the injection. What they do is, I'll show you on his back since he didn't end up getting injected since his neck's a little sore. I don't want to like mess with it right now. But what they do is like, she has like a little plastic thing, but you can do it with your fingers, and runs her hand along his spine. And as you can see, he's kind of like not reacting, but what he did in his neck when she kind of like did that like at the base of his neck, along the top of his neck, it was pretty good, but then right here where we ended up injecting, which you can see the injection site, he kind of like twitched and like reacted to that, like it was tender. So that tells her, okay, that's probably where the arthritis is, which is the reason you inject, which is actually great news about his back, because this time last year we did his back to help with like the arthritis, and he does have kissing spine, which I've mentioned before in other videos. He has a super mild case of kissing spine, and we've been able to manage it really well, so that he can still jump like and be comfortable. But it is like just really good for a horse like with kissing spine to just like have such a nice back, like no reaction like that. So we ended up not injecting his back, even though sometimes like you would need to do it yearly, but right now he doesn't need it, which is great to see. She also said that probably means that like the acupuncture is working, because I don't know if I've mentioned that before, but he gets like a chiro acupuncture done by the vet about every 6 weeks, and he gets it in his neck too, but he doesn't love getting it done, so they can't always put as many needles as they would like, but in his back he's pretty good about it. It's great to see that we're doing all the right things to make sure he stays healthy and his body feels good and that he can keep working for a long time. And I think I might make another video about kissing spine, because there seems to be a lot of like confusion around that. It's just kind of interesting to talk about. Kind of hard to tell from this angle and like the lighting's bad, but he has like a really nice top line going, especially for a horse, because it is a lot harder for them to build muscle in that area if they have kissing spine, particularly for him in like this region. His muscles are developed really well because we really prioritize riding him correctly in a frame and just moving his body in a productive way. And building core strength, so he is really strong and healthy, and he's got good muscle development for a horse with his like setup. So I'm just glad to see that everything's going well for him, and these neck injections will help him out. And if you have more questions about injections, I can answer them. I'm obviously not a vet, so it's more of a basic explanation, but what it really is like for keeping arthritis in check. And she showed me the x-ray. I didn't take a picture of the x-ray, but if you're not a vet, it's really not even that helpful, because when she shows me on it, she's like, you see that right there? I'm like, no, I don't know what you're, like, it's really hard to read if you don't know what you're looking at. They get arthritis in the joints, and then like that ends up swelling up and it takes up more space. So what you want to do is keep it from getting bigger, which is the arthritis. And the way you do that is you inject some type of steroid into the joint. He got like 3 sections of it done on his neck last year, and on the x-rays, we did an x-ray just to like kind of see where he was at. You could see that one of the spots didn't even need it again, so he only had to re-inject in 2 spots, and she said it actually didn't even look that bad. So ideally, like, the next time we would go to do it, you would see that the size of that joint hasn't gotten bigger. This way the steroid will keep it from getting like swollen and inflamed and like getting worse, and keep him more flexible and mobile in his neck, and just helping him feel better. So yeah, it's pretty common for horses to get arthritis, especially like big horses like Czar and horses that had a long career in jumping. And as I probably mentioned previously in this video, his previous owners were not very considerate of his body and his needs, so we're taking extra good care of him now, and we have been for the past 6 years that I've had him, which is why he's still in such good shape and it hasn't gotten progressively worse. So it is definitely important to inject your horses, even if you aren't, well, if they need it, if they have arthritis. If that's something that your vet recommends you do, I would say definitely don't skip out on that, because I know it can sound scary, but it's super helpful for them, and obviously you don't want to overdo it, but your vet would tell you what you need, and it definitely benefits them, especially even if you aren't showing them anymore. Like, they still need to be taken care of, and their like comfort and health still needs to be a priority, right, Czar? The flies are bugging. He's such a good boy. All the vets loved him. They thought he's so handsome. She was like, I could tell he's a Dutch warm blood. Like, I love the Dutch warm blood. I'm like, oh yes, he's perfect. He did need to get a lot of, not like, but you know, a lot amount of sedation, because he is just like, he fights it off so easily. And you know, they can't have him like twitching. Like you'll see in the videos I took, they can't have him like moving around when they're trying to get that tiny needle into the joint using the ultrasound. Like he's got to hold still. So he's all done. And now he'll get 3 days, including today, of no work, and then 2 or 3 more days of really light work, and then slowly back to normal. And it takes about 2 weeks to see the full effect of the injections. So that's it, but thank you for watching. I hope this was educational, perhaps, and interesting, and let me know what you'd like to see more of. Just giving Griffin a couple treats before I head out. He's having fun, hanging with his little friends. Oh. That was scary. That is so scary. I'm sorry.